Hey, my name is Mel, and if you know, you know, but if you don't, I'm a full-time eBay seller here in Australia. So about a month ago, I made a video that was a little bit raw and emotional, and I basically had a huge rant at myself. I wasn't ranting at anybody else. I was just holding myself accountable. I was being the boss, and I was giving myself a bit of a kick up the backside to get myself going and hold myself accountable and make sure I was in that habit of listing daily in my eBay store. So I set the intention for myself to list 50 new books a day for an entire month, 7 days a week, 31 days in a row. I wanted to list 50 new items. And guys, I did it. I wasn't going to let myself fail. I put it out to the universe, I set the intention, and I held myself accountable to the 7,000 people here that follow me, and there was no way that I was going to let myself fail. I am way too much of a competitive person to do that. So in today's video, I want to share with you the results. I want to share the impact it made on my sales, but I also want to share the impact it made on me emotionally and mentally. So my sales for the 31-day period with 50 new listings a day increased by 77.1%. Now, I actually think that is a great amount because this was an active store, guys. It wasn't like this was an inactive store. I had been hustling hard in this store for months. So to be able to grow it by 77%, I think that's absolutely fantastic, and it certainly shows me that listing on a consistent basis every single day increases the sales. And that meant I had an extra 171 orders in my store for that 31-day period compared to the 31-day period just before it. Win-win. However, what I'm not 100% sure about is, was it the amount of listings that I was putting into my store each day, or was it the fact that I was listing on a consistent basis every day? If I had just listed 20 things every single day, would I have got the same results? Does eBay like the consistent daily listing, or does it like the amount that I was listing? That's one thing that I'm not 100% sure about, and something that I'd probably like to investigate and do another challenge with in the future. Now let's talk about what it did to me on a emotional state. Because guys, it wasn't pretty. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was freaking hard. It was so freaking hard, and some days I was an absolute emotional mess. So for the first week after I set the intention and the challenge to do this, I was on an absolute high of adrenaline, and I was super pumped up. I had everybody leaving me comments in my video saying, "You can do it. Yes, you've given me the kick up the bum. I'm going to do it too." And I was just like, yes, we can do it. I'm super pumped. And so the first week I went strong, and I was like, yes, I've got this. I've got this. I was getting up first thing every morning, and I was getting my 50 listings done every single day. Okay, so by the end of the second week, I was not feeling the same vibes. I was actually hating on eBay, and I was feeling like an absolute slave to eBay. Now, when things were going good was when my virtual assistant and I were in sync. But there was a few days there where she fell behind, and it wasn't really due to her fault. It was due to me getting the photos to her a little bit later than I should have been. I was struggling to keep up with the amount of books that I had to keep photographing. And what that meant was for me to follow through with this listing challenge, I had to list those entire 50 books from scratch myself. And oh my goodness, listing 50 things from scratch is hard work. So by the end of the second week, I was not happy. But I was determined also not to fail, because I'm not a quitter. I was not gonna fail. I was using Instagram to motivate myself to keep putting my results up there every couple of days to make sure I was holding myself accountable. Now, as the month went on, I did have a few more good days where I was like, yes, I'm doing it. Look at me go. Yay, yay. But for the majority of that time, I really did feel like a slave to eBay, and I was absolutely exhausted. And the very last weekend of the 31-day challenge was when we actually moved house. And so I was actually no desk, on the floor, sitting on the carpet on the Saturday and the Sunday, still trying to get my listings up because I was determined not to fail. We had moving trucks in the house, there was furniture going everywhere, and I'm sitting on the carpet trying to do these 50 listings. Now, at the end of the 31-day challenge, I actually gave myself permission to take a couple of days off eBay just to breathe, because not only had I been doing this challenge, but we'd also just moved house, and I was feeling very, very overwhelmed. But I say that I had to actually give myself permission, because I felt bad going all this month of listing every single day and then not listing. And that was making me feel really guilty because the intention was to build a daily habit. However, doing it every single day, 7 days a week, I don't feel is a maintainable or something that anybody really wants. Nobody wants to work 7 days a week for the rest of their life. We have to make it so that there's a balance. It's been a week now since I finished this challenge, and for the entire week, I've been an absolute emotional mess.
Things just caught up on me. I just don't want to do eBay at the moment.
I don't know if it's partly just moving house. I actually think that I am a little bit burnt out. Okay, not a little bit. I think I'm a lot burnt out. I am feeling overwhelmed in my life in general at the moment, and now I need to come back from burnout. Oh, this was such a good name for me, wasn't it? I'm forever back from burnout. So over this period of time, I honestly felt like I was a slave to eBay. And you know what? I don't run my own business to feel like I'm a slave to anybody. I run my own business for the lifestyle that it gives me and the balance that it can give me. And that balance is totally out of whack for me. My expectations on myself are very different to the reality of what I can actually handle. And I think doing this challenge has made me actually have to step back and go, wow, this is what you thought you were capable of? And yes, you can do it. You can do it, Mel, if you push through it, but is that what you want? And I don't think it's what I want anymore. What I do know is that I do not want to list 50 things every single day in my store. I honestly thought I did. And when I was listing 50 things sporadically, this day, that day, every other day, I was kind of going okay, but I was really down on myself because I felt like I was failing and not listing daily and not getting everything I needed to do in a day. So this challenge has given me so much food for thought because now I really want to reevaluate how I want to move forward with my business. I have grown my business to this point, but what's the next step for me? Do I grow it and grow it and grow it and grow into this huge volume store where I'm going to need help? I'm going to need people to come in here and work for me. Is that what I want? Or perhaps do I want to downsize my store or maybe cut it in half and only list books that have got a higher average price? I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supported me on the 31-day challenge. I got so many messages of support. I had people who were following along doing the 31-day challenge with me. I saw some other sellers have amazing results from doing the challenge at their own level. So make sure you stay tuned for the next video because that's where I'm going to share with you what I plan to do going forward with my business. Am I going to downsize this? Am I going to maintain it at the level that it is? Or am I going to grow it any further?